What's going on, YouTube? Today, I guess we're just gonna talk about like what I'm like focusing on doing right now with like my life and like what I kind of want to do, whatever. So I guess I just want to do that. But essentially, for this past year, or this year actually, or I was actually last year. I told myself that in 2025, if I was still working at a warehouse, still not making any progress, still not going anywhere in life, in terms of like, financially or just like mentally not going anywhere in life. I told myself that 2025 I was going to apply at the Air Force, and I was gonna study for the ASVAB and do everything whatever it takes to get there. And so I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I pretty much got laid off my job. And so essentially like what I'm doing right now is I'm like instead of going out there applying to 100 jobs and not getting any callbacks or anything like that, instead of doing all that hard work, all this, like applying over and over again, right? Because I did this. I did this before I got laid off. I knew I was gonna get let off. So like I remember like it was in January, like that I knew that like, okay, like this year, like either I'm gonna leave, or either I'm gonna quit this job, or they're gonna fire me. And like, I got it right. I predicted it right? And so ever since January, I've been applying to jobs, on top of jobs, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And I'm like, am I ever gonna get a call back? And like, I have a lot of stuff, like a lot of experience in my resume that has to do with like, warehouse working. Like I worked at Amazon for a while. I did that for like a year. I had a lot of picking, packing, working on trucks experience. Like I literally worked with computers. Like I programmed them. Like that was like a whole different job, and like we will build like servers for like these clouds, whatever, for Amazon. And like, yeah, and it just, like I had all that experience, and then I had experience with like painting and all that shit, right? From the job that I was just laid off of. And like, even though I have all this experience, like I can't get a job. Like it's weird. But I'm not gonna be sad about it. The only thing that right now can get me out of this situation that I know of is by studying really hard and passing the ASVAB, so that I can get a competitive score, so that I can be able to actually join the military, or at least the Air Force. The Air Force is like at least what I'm trying to get into. But anyways, ever since I got laid off, right, I decided to stay focused and go to the library and study as hard as I could. I found this platform that has all the information, all the courses, and all that are gonna pretty much help me pass the course, or the ASVAB. And then once I do that, then I'm gonna talk to a recruiter, and obviously I have to take a test, and then I obviously have to go through MEPS, which is like a medical thing for the Army, where like they kind of, they pretty much take your blood, they examine you, make sure you're fine. Make sure that you don't have any disqualifying things that could stop you from going. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing for this past few months. And yeah, and obviously like I don't want to focus on anything else. Like I don't want to focus on applying for jobs or doing any of that. That's completely useless. Because anyways, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I get a job, I'm gonna be stuck there for the next 2-3 years and not progress and not go anywhere, bro. And so instead of doing that, why not just study, grow, actually try to figure out a way to grow right out of this, right? And actually try to, make something out of my life, because like, obviously, like right now, I live with my parents. I'm staying at my parents' house pretty much. I've always had. I've never moved out or anything like that. And it's not because I'm a loser or anything like that, or because like I want to stay there. It's just simply because like I can't afford to move out. Like I wish I could afford a house instead of an apartment. Like I wish I could like just like live on my own and whatever, right? But it's just everything just seems so expensive. And like even though I live in my parents' house, like I still feel like I was earning $20 an hour, and I still felt like it wasn't enough. Like I don't know about you guys, but I feel like $20 enough. $20 is not enough. Like it's not enough. At least it's not enough to move out. Or that's what I think. Like if you were to stay alone, like if you're like a single guy like me, and you wanted to live on your own, like no roommates, none of that. $20 an hour is like it's $20 an hour is enough to be able to pay for maybe the bills, like maybe the bills, right? But in order to progress and in order to be able to be able to progress so that you can go on to the next thing, like you won't be able to. Like you can't travel, obviously, because all of it's just gonna go straight to your like to your bills pretty much, right? You can't really go out to eat out. Like you can't really afford to go out to eat. Like you would have to probably cook all your meals like inside, and I don't know, it just seems unaffordable. And so I thought, you know what, why not just go back to school? Maybe that's the answer, right? Maybe going back to school on something that can land me a job that can't get replaced by AI, obviously, right? Something that's kind of like hands-on, something that's creative, something that's like away from all the repetitiveness, right? Because the repetitiveness is what AI is, like what most jobs are going to be taken by AI pretty much, actually, or kind of like what I'm seeing. And so I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I think I want to get into electrical engineering, and I think I want to become have that bachelor's degree to become an officer at the military. And at the same time, I think I would want to retire off of the military after 20 years. And then after that, I think I would want to, or during that time, I would want to also become an electrician after I got my bachelor's on electrical engineering. And maybe become an electrician, and maybe start a business, using that route pretty much, so that I can further my skills on electricity. I think electricity is the way I want to go about it. And obviously the trades make you a lot of money, so becoming an electrician is something that I think I can do. I know that I'm capable of doing it. And as long as it pays the bills, and it gives me the lifestyle that I want, which is electricity. Like I want to be able to earn at least $150,000 a year, which is what my dad earns, and he lives on a huge house. He's able to maintain himself, and he's able to get like nice cars. Like obviously not like Lambos or anything like that, right? But like he's able to get like any car he wants. And be able to afford for it, and then he has his own truck and everything. He earns well over 150, like 170 or something like that. But 150 is good enough to be able to take care of one more person. Like let's say I do want to get like a girlfriend or something like that. or like get into a relationship, then if I want to be financially well, I have to be in the 150 range. If I don't want my girlfriend to work and I want her to like just chill and do her own thing, then I would want to do that. Yeah, I would probably not get married. I don't think that's an option. I don't think it's a smart idea to do that. But I would probably just get a girlfriend or something like that, I think. And then I'll go just like that. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. Like, I know it's getting a little bit boring. I just wanted to give you kind of like an idea of what I'm trying to do, and where I'm going with my life and whatever. This video is mostly for me. Obviously, I don't think anyone is gonna watch this. But yeah, I'll leave it at this. I gotta go back inside of the library. I hope this video, you can relate kind of to this video. You picked up something. Maybe you want to become also an electrician, or maybe go into the military. Maybe this is like inspiration to go to the military. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, just comment for the algorithm. You know, just type in a letter or something. I don't know. Or like just like it. You know, like I don't know. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.